Hey, Brian. Hey, all.
Hello.
Hey, Derek.
You've got me as chair today, so just let me know when we have quorum and you'd like to start.
Sure, I'm just trying to determine that now. Okay, looks like we do have a quorum.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Welcome, everyone, to the October 15th meeting of the Montachusett Metropolitan Planning Organization. Brian, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Sure, and I'm calling just the signatories I can see present. So we have Derek Schuster from Mass DOT representing Secretary and CEO Montachusett Nut.
Derek Schuster here.
Ian Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway, representing Division Administrator Jonathan Gulliver.
Dan Sullivan here.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Glenn Eaton here.
And from Mart, I have Scott Rich.
Good afternoon.
And then I have two from the subregions. From subregion 2, I have Abby Arpano.
Here.
And from subregion 3, Glenn McLeod.
Here.
Okay, great. We do have a quorum for today.
Sorry, I lost my mouse movement for a second. Next item on today's agenda is public comments. If there are any members of the public wishing to make comment at this time, please use the React raise hand feature and the chair will call on you. Seeing and hearing none, if at the during the meeting anyone from the public has a question or wishes to make comment, just use the raise hand feature and wait to be called on. Next is approval of the August 20th, 2025 meeting minutes. Could I please have a motion and second to approve the minutes?
So moved, Dan Sullivan.
Second, Abby Arpano.
Thank you. The motion's been made and seconded. Do we have any comments or revisions to the meeting minutes as prepared? Seeing and hearing none. Brian, please call the roll.
I'd just like to acknowledge Brian Keating just showed up. He's from subregion 4, and also our ex officio member, Robert Swartz. I can call the roll for the minutes. Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes.
Ian Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Sorry, Brian.
Glenn Eaton.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Scott Rich, Mart. Scott Rich, Mart.
I think he just stepped away.
Okay. With the additional members, we still have a quorum. So subregion 2, Abby Arpano.
Yes.
Subregion 3, Glenn McLeod.
Yes.
And subregion 4, Brian Keating.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the motion passes. Next item is federal fiscal year 2026 to 2030 Transportation Improvement Program tip. This is you, Brian?
Yep, this is a standing item. We don't have any tip actions this month.
Okay. There are a couple adjustments, FYI, but they can wait till the November meeting. Just regarding SS4A plan inclusion into the 26 program.
Okay, good to know. I'll plan for that.
Yep. Sorry, they were late additions. We just got them in the last couple days uploaded to ESIP. Next item on the agenda is MART TAM plan presentation. Who is presenting the TAM to us?
Well, I saw Scott here.
Yes, I
and I see
just-
Michael Yaboa from ours as well.
Yeah, I had to step out because our administrator and our grants manager are supposed to present that. Our grants manager said she'll be joining imminently. Bruno has been involved in something that he's got with our maintenance people, so I just spoke with him. So I don't know if Angela is in yet. So I don't know if we have another topic that we can move on to, and then they can return to that topic.
If you'd like, we can table to until everyone's ready, and in the meantime, go to the Safe Streets for All
All right,
item.
that's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to table the MART TAM plan presentation to later in the meeting. Who's presenting on Safe Streets for All?
I'll be doing that.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so last time we met in August, we reviewed the Safe Streets for All Safety Action Plan for the Montachusett region. The MPO voted to send that out for public comment period when the draft was ready. That happened back September 14th. That comment period lasted 30 days, ended yesterday, October 14th. And again, this is in relation to our safety action plan for the region through our Safe Streets for All grant through Federal Highway. We received a number of comments during the comment period, which you can see here. We've kind of summarized them in our responses. Nothing major, but I'll review the comments today just to give an indication of what came through. And ultimately, what we're looking for is a motion to endorse the safety action plan. So I'll go through these one by one, just hit the highlights. I mentioned nothing major here. The first comment we have is just an in-house correction. We had an outdated list of signatories in the report. It's just some basic house cleaning. We'll update that list. The second comment here from the town of Shirley. Some maps and visuals needed to be corrected to properly show project in Shirley. Basically, some of our maps that this particular project was hidden behind a number of data points and fields, so we've made that correction. We've kind of clarified that a little bit. Next, from the town of Townsend, from the Housing and Grant Administrator, essentially expressing interest in working towards making progress in the proposed projects within the plan in town. So we plan on following up with them as it relates to the next steps in the coming weeks. And again, from the town of Townsend, from the Planning Board and Zoning Board of Appeals, number of kind of small suggestions. And I'll mention Beth Faxon has been instrumental in the process and involved in the Vision Zero Action Committee and also our Joint Transportation Committee. So she's made an effort to get some feedback from Townsend. So it's been great. So she has a number of small suggestions made, which are detailed here. We're going to follow up with her and a lot of these suggestions we plan on following up in our efforts in the coming months. Basically, in our work program and the MPO staff work program, we've added Safe Streets for All to this federal fiscal year. So it doesn't necessarily end with this plan being endorsed and in place and the grant's over, but we will carry some of these tasks, and that includes pursuing some of these projects or convincing our communities to pursue them, which would mean spelling it out for them, giving them, next steps, meeting one-on-one, seeing what can be done, on the effort to institute some of these construction projects we identified, and also, work towards our goals of achieving Vision Zero. So this is what we have. As I mentioned, the comment period closed yesterday. We would like to recommend endorsement today. And by virtue of having it endorsed, all the projects within will then qualify for federal funding through this program.
Great, thank you, Brian, and congratulations on getting to this milestone. Are there any questions or comments from the board or the public on the SS4A plan? Seeing and hearing none, could we please have a motion and second to endorse the SS4A Safety Action Plan as presented?
Scott
So-
Rich, motion to endorse.
I'll second. Ann
Ann
Sullivan.
All right, I got Scott and Ann. When you're ready, Brian, please call the roll.
Okay, Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes, and congrats again.
Ann Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Now I see Mark Piermarini, Leominster. Mark, I hope I didn't miss you last time around. but
No,
I see you
I'm
now.
sorry, I was a couple minutes late. No, but here, yes, here, aye on that one.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Scott Rich, Mart.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Yes.
Glenn McLeod, Subregion 3.
Yes.
Brian Keating, Subregion 4.
Yes.
All right, that passes, and thank you all very much. We look forward to trying to get after some of these funds. This is above and beyond what we typically see for federal investments in the region. So, as I mentioned, staff will be following up, trying to get some of these projects built, and hopefully, we'll see some of the results in some of the data products that we carry in the future. We'll review that with the MPO as well. So it'd be nice to see some tangible type of benefits coming from this program, and again, all in the effort to achieve Vision Zero. So working towards zero fatalities and incapacitating injuries on the roadways. So thank you again.
Really exciting. Thank you, Brian. Do we have everyone from Mart on now?
Angela Volk has joined us, so we
Yep.
can now present the TAM plan.
Okay, we'll remove the Mart TAM plan presentation from the table. Please take it away, Angela, when you're ready.
Nope, that's Scott who's presenting.
Oh, go ahead,
No,
Scott.
I am not. I was
Uh-oh.
not involved with the TAM plan. That I'm here just to talk about Mart transit issues.
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Okay, we can keep this on the table and move on to updates in the meantime. If you need a minute.
Certainly. Sorry for the confusion, folks.
That's okay.
Or-
All right, so we'll move on to MassDOT Highway Division updates. Ann, do you have any updates from District 3?
Yeah. So in FY26, project 609213, Harvard resurfacing and box widening on Air Road from Route 2 to Airtown line. That project is at PSNE. The town is working diligently on right-of-way, getting through the right-of-way process. The right-of-way plans have been approved, so they're moving on from that. And there is some permitting. I think there's we might need an NOI complete or go through review. 612883, that is Harvard Lancaster Bridge Replacement Project, Jackson Road over the Nashua River. That project is at 25%. The 75% is due soon. I don't have a date. It was due late September and isn't in yet, so I presume it's going to be in the next week or so. That project doesn't have any right-of-way, which will make kind of advancing it really fairly simple. 612895 Fitchburg. This is a Safe Routes to School project on roadways surrounding Memorial Middle School. That is at 25%. The 75% is due in February. Still needs some permitting, and we'll need right-of-way. And then the Fitchburg Twin City Rail Trail project is still on the tip. I think this might be the last year that it's AC'd. ET&L is currently out there doing the work. Just a quick update on for the following year, 27. Harvard Air Road will be AC'd next year. Ashburnham 101 is at 75%. That's project 609244. Route 1 South. The 75% CRM has been held, and we're just kind of getting through the design on that one. 610681 Clinton, construction of Sterling Street, which is Route 62 from Willow and Lawrence Street to Main Street. That is currently at 25%. Had a little bit of a lag trying to get the amendment for the design, the town getting the amendment for the design to restart. So but that should start moving along again. We have a resurfacing 612110 Fitchburg Ashby Route 31. That's at a 25/75%. The 100% / PS&E is due in about a month on November 14th is on the schedule. And then there's an NHS resurfacing route, a section of Route 2 in Leominster and Lancaster, 612659. That is a book job. We haven't started the design of that, but those designs go fairly quickly. And then Gardner 609108. That is the bike path bridge over the North Central Pathway over Route 140. That's at 75%, and the 100% are due in March of next year.
All right, thank you, Ann. Does anyone have questions for D3 at this time? All right, I think I saw Daryl from District 2 on as well. Any updates from District 2?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. So for first years, we have something on the tip. Here's a fiscal year 27 non-target project 612151. This is Athol Bridge replacement, State Route 2A, Main Street over the G&W Railroad. Design is a pre-25 bridge type selection worksheet. For the retaining wall submission was received in June. Review comments were completed in July. The resub 2 was received just today, and review comments are due on the 28th of October. Next milestone we have is the 25% design submission is due on December 7th right now. Next we have, and 28 is project 608415. This is Athol intersection improvements at Route 2 and Brookside Road. Design is at 25%. The submission was received on May 12th. Review comments were completed on August 8th. The comment resolution meeting was held on the 25th of August, and a 75% submission is due January 7th currently in 2026. And lastly, we have project 613141. This is Athol Orange Bridge replacement, Logan Road over the east branch of the Tully River. Design is at pre-25%. Stream bed sampling was done in June. The review closed late July. Revised wetland delineation was received on August 13th. And review comments were completed on the 28th of August. A 25% submission is due late next year, August 11th, 2026. And that's all I have for now.
All right, thank you. Any questions for District 2? All right, thank you both. Next is transit updates. Scott, got any transit updates for Mark?
Yeah, I can. Our main thing we're about to embark upon is our redesign of our Fitchburg and Leominster bus routes. We've had public meetings on those and got feedback from the communities. We've met with the mayor's offices and their teams, and have done some surveys of the communities and so on. So we're in process of targeting a launch date of November 11th. And our goal is to increase frequency and make the routes faster. So we're in process of doing our marketing and all the design work, finishing for our website and communications to the public. So that'll be our probably main project to get done for the year. We're in process also of creating a MART app that we want to use for our ridership. So the public can book rides that way. It'll be a big convenience for them. We have a number of things we're doing to increase our capabilities for outreach. We have a new CRM tool that we've launched, and we're doing a series of things to make MART better known through travel training and outreach. And we've applied for a new MassDOT grant for microtransit for the communities of Sterling and Bolton. And so that's going, and we're going to be winding down our community connections grant because of our funding has run out. That'll be ending 11/15. And those are some of the major projects that we have going on. So we're dealing with really the launch of our Fitchburg Leominster bus routes, and so that'll be our main focus for what we're doing. Now, I believe Bruno came on and Angela is here, so I think they could present the TAM plan if we're ready for that. If there's not any questions on some of the transit things we're doing.
I'm sorry. I am back. Sorry for that confusion, folks. I just wasn't really sure what was going on for a second there, but the biggest thing that we needed to present the TAM plan for is because we did end up having a deficiency that came through on our triennial review, and it was just regarding the signing off from our administrator and board on our targets for the 2026. And there has legitimately been no changes to the targets at this point, but they specified that this was the only way that we could rectify and clear up this deficiency that they had. So I don't know if you guys wanted me to share the screen for a quick second, but it is legitimately the same TAM plan that we had for 2022. We just had to present it and be able to show record minutes of doing so to you guys so that we can clear up the deficiency.
Sure. I think we can pause where we are in the agenda to return to the Mark TAM plan presentation for Angela. Were there any questions for Scott on his updates from Mark in general, though? All right, I'm not seeing anyone. So, Brian, if you can make Angela a host to share her screen, or Angela, if you're able to share your screen.
Okay, Angela, you should be able to share.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull this silly thing back up again. Where did it just disappear to? There we go. Share screen. There we go. Can everyone see the screen?
We can now.
Okay. So
It's a little small if you're able to zoom in, though.
Let's see. There we go. Is that better?
It's a little better. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so the only thing that we were just trying to present at this point were our 2026 targets. Like I said, they have not changed from our previous 2022 that we had presented to you guys. Obviously, we will be doing an updated one as of next year. We just needed to have some, according to the FTA, we needed to have some type of presentation with notes stating that the administrator was aware and had approved these target plans.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to approve the TAM targets as presented, unchanged.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone from the board have any questions for Mark regarding the targets?
Greater Boston and South.
All right, seeing and hearing none, could we please have a motion and second to approve the TAM targets as presented?
Meeting on the 19th is virtual.
So moved, Dan Sullivan.
Second, Mark Pimmarini.
In person.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. Brian, please call the roll.
Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes.
Ian Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Mark Pammarini, Leominster.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Scott Rich, Mart.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2. Abby Arpano, Subregion 2. Okay, I'm not sure Abby's on. Glenn McLeod, Subregion 3.
Yes.
And Brian Keating, Subregion 4.
Yes.
Okay, so that does pass.
All right, thank you. And Angela, if you require a signature or something from us, just coordinate with Brian and me so we can make sure whatever is needed for
Wonderful.
compliance with FTA. That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I believe the next item is an update from the Montachusett JTC.
Yeah, I can take that. I'll share my screen again. Okay, so before I get into that, I'll just mention on the SS4A that I'd like to acknowledge George Snow from our staff. He's a safety guru. He's been looking at these crash statistics for decades. It's nice to put these things to use and get some benefit in our region by having a safety action plan. He was also the project manager on the safety action plan, so he's dealing directly with members of the public and our consultant as well, keeping them on task. So he's done a great job, and it's nice to see this come together. As for the JTC, so we met last week and relatively light agenda as we did not have any official MPO business to discuss. We went over the SS4A stuff again. Our next meeting is in December. We opted to skip November. I'd like to point out an article from the fall edition of the North Central Mass Chamber of Commerce report regarding the formation of a North Central Mass Rides Transportation Management Association, or a TMA. So this effort's spearheaded by a number of groups in our region. Community Health Equity Partnership of North Central Mass, or Chenal 9, being one of them, along with the Chamber and a number of other groups, MART, Devon's Enterprise Commission, some area hospitals. Our MPO transportation staff has been involved. Basically creating a transportation management group association in the region, or a TMA. Basically, what a TMA is, it's a nonprofit membership-based association that focuses on improving transportation in the region. For this particular group, think along the lines of getting people to work, businesses accessing employees who can actually get to work, patients getting to hospital visits, students getting to Mount Wachusett or Fitchburg State. So it's a collaboration between businesses, colleges, hospitals, to improve accessibility in the region, especially as it relates to what's known as first and last mile. So in the Montachusett region, we have MART with their fixed route bus services, and there are other services that they provide. The MBTA with the commuter rail line, but there is a need to kind of take it one step further and access door to door, whether it be a place of work, a hospital, a doctor visit, what have you. So this is an effort to improve that within the region. So this North Central Mass Rides TMA has the potential to have a lot of positive benefits in the region as it relates to transportation, as it relates to economic development, quality of life, what have you. Look forward to having them present at a future JTC meeting. They're just getting off the ground, so it's a positive development for transportation in the region. On behalf of the Department of Ecological Restoration, we have another culvert, small bridge, stream crossing expression of interest open until the 28th of this month. So this is for communities interested in replacing or removing undersized, perched, or degraded culverts and bridges. There's a lot of information in here. The links are live, so encourage anyone to follow up on that if need be. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions for Brian?
Yeah, and this is Brian Keating, Region 4. How you doing, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
So very interested in the TMA, and what that could mean for, well, for Lancaster, we have very little transportation because we just don't have the demand. But with some potential housing projects, high density housing projects coming online, what would be the best way for Lancaster, just, other than being in these meetings and keeping up with this, how could we help advance this idea, especially if we have, relative downtown high density housing developments, where this could be anywhere from 400 to 700 units of housing coming online within the next, say, 2 years. And at least some of it is going to be geared towards workforce housing. What is the best way for us to stay ahead of this curve?
So as it relates to this particular group, I would reach out directly to them. They just got started last month. They were approved for some funding through the state. They're awarded a grant. But essentially, in the long term, it's going to be a membership-based association. They'll be assessing fees to their members for the services. There's a lot of information in the article, but I would reach out directly to um, either the Chamber of Commerce or Health Equity Partnership of North Central Mass, who's been spearheading this group,
I'm sorry, what's the second group?
or the Health Equity Partnership
Health
of North
Equity
Central
Partnership.
Mass, Chennai 9. We plan to have them come speak to the JTC in December. I'm not sure if they have their full organization up and running, but I can see this being a resource for those type of developments. But yeah, I would reach out directly to them.
And you said that the Chamber of Commerce, specifically the North Central Mass Chamber.
Yeah, I can follow up, Brian, with some contacts that I have. I know they have a consultant on board. Again, this is the very beginning stages.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in terms of membership fees, whatever, I don't know if anything's in place. But I will forward you their information.
Sure, that'd be great.
Yep.
Mr. Keating, if I could just offer, I know other communities, in order to be better prepared for, better negotiate for travel impacts from an influx of units, have resorted to establishing transportation demand management ordinances, or TDM ordinances, across Massachusetts and in other states. And ordinances like that provide an avenue to identify funding from the developers in lieu of having, say, like a 2-to-1 parking ratio per unit, to instead provide some transit assistance to the TMA or the respective RTA. So it might be worth looking at what other communities in Massachusetts have done if they've established a TDM ordinance and how that supports TMAs.
So it's like an impact fee to developers who are going to,
Yeah, and it's, determined according to like a matrix of, if this many units, then what's the sweet spot to strike for either number of parking spaces, or if the community has a bike share program, do you fund a bike share station? If it's supporting TMA or frequency of service, is that like a fee per year? It's different in every community, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm just telling you there's resources out there in Massachusetts communities for supporting TMEs.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Doc.
Any other questions?
Can I just chime in real quick? I wanted to say that the North Central Chamber, Roy is the chair of the TMA from the chamber.
Oh,
He's the
okay, yeah, we're
president.
actually meeting with him, I think, very soon. Roy
Perfect.
Nascimento from Nascimento.
Yeah. Yes, he's the director at the chamber, and also Transaction Associates is the consultant that they're using to get it up and running, and they're wonderful to work with. So I can also share the contact to them as well. So
All right, thanks, Sherry.
yep.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And they are very much up and running. They are seeking new members currently. So they do have some membership, like the Fitchburg State University, the Mount, the hospitals, like they're already pretty much on board. They're just trying to, broaden their reach. That's what their plan is right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a good time to reach out to them.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be a destination end of the of the spectrum or a workplace, but maybe getting some of our new members of the workforce to these high employment areas would be something we can work on.
Definitely put it on their radar.
I would add, Mr. Keating, MART has a MassDOT grant that we started May 1st that includes Lancaster, that people can go 20 miles into or out of Lancaster. It's a cost is mileage based, but for example, for 1 to 10 miles, it's $4 a ride. So that can be used for any purpose, 7 days a week from 5:30 in the morning till 10 p.m. So that may be something people in Lancaster would want to avail themselves to as well.
Okay, and that's on the website already?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you. It's great information.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to note in the chat, there was a question from Townsend Planning Board about where there's a link to learn more about the TDM bylaw or ordinance. I shared a link for City of Everett as an example. Sherry Bean just shared a contact email for Julie Quinn for the TMA discussed. Thank you. Next, I believe, is an update from the Montachusett Regional Planning Commission. Glenn? Or Brian, I don't know who it is.
I'm so sorry. I should, after 5 years, I should know what the mute button is. I deeply apologize.
No worries.
I have no report for this month, nothing new. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Administrative matters, our next MPO meeting, I believe we're still scheduled for the third Wednesday in November, the 19th.
Yes, and I was gonna share this schedule I made for the JTC as well. It's October. It's the start of our new federal fiscal year. We go by the federal fiscal year at the MPO. So this is kind of a view ahead. Obviously, the purpose of this group is to discuss some of the federally obligated documents we put together to keep transportation funding flowing to the region, like the TIP, like the UPWP, and this year the Regional Transportation Plan. It's our long range plan. So you can see there's no real surprises. Kind of our busy months with these particular documents are January through June. We don't anticipate any changes. It seems like we do anticipate a possible TIP amendment or an adjustment in November, among other things. Back in June, we opted to go every other month through the end of the calendar year. It sounds like we might have some official business to discuss in November, so maybe we should keep the November meeting. I also wanted to mention there's a little blurb at the bottom of this handout here geared towards the JTC. JTC is really an advisory group to the MPO. So, if there's a TIP amendment, something out for comment, they review it, provide feedback. But we also see that as possibly a group that can, share information, discuss relevant topic as it relates to transportation. In the past, we've had Mass DOT come and talk about getting a project on the TIP. We present information on our MPO projects. So it's an open invitation to suggest agenda items, not to make these meetings last 3 hours long or anything like that, but just to, share information. Or of course, if there is a handout or something that you'd like to share, I can add it to the handout folder and mention it at a meeting. So something to keep in mind and a vision ahead. As Derek mentioned, the third Wednesday in November is the 19th. So we can plan on that for 1 o'clock.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Anybody have questions about the schedule as presented or the JTC for that matter? I just had a note. So MassDOT is in cooperation with our federal partners trying to get guidance regarding the cadence at which the regional transportation plan needs to be updated for all regions. And in the past, we've updated at a 4-year cadence because of an air quality conformity rule, but it's possible we may be able to update it at a 5-year cadence. We're trying to find that out before the January annual MARPA MassDOT meeting. If we do receive guidance that we have to stick to the 4-year cadence, there may be some regional transportation plan development that happens proactively this year as part of the guidance that we share. But otherwise, if we plan for 2027, that's likely going to stay blank here unless you have any revisions to your regional transportation plan this body decides to make. I just wanted to communicate that in case guidance changes. Thank you. All right. So see everyone at the JTC on the 12th, MPO on the 19th. Could I please have a motion and second to adjourn?
I should mention, Derek,
Go
the
ahead, Brian,
MPO,
sorry.
or sorry, the JTC is skipping November. They're meeting again December 10th.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Could I please have a motion now to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, Mark Pimarini.
All right. Without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have
Thank
an
you.
excellent rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.